Something was activated in your destiny, Taurus, and there is no turning back. Have you felt the weight of the past years begin to dissipate? What if I told you that your soul already knows the way to the abundance you long for? Baba Vanga left hidden codes that are now being revealed, revelations that only those who have weathered the storm can receive. Dolores Cannon whispered it. There is a frequency that transforms pain into gold. And you, Taurus, are entering that portal right now. But beware, because what is coming is not only luck, it is destiny. What if everything you suffered made sense? What if the last few years of struggle were just the echo of an old cycle that no longer had a place in your soul? Taurus, this is no ordinary message. It is a revelation, a clear sign that your difficult times are about to end, and in its place, an era begins that is not fleeting, but solid, enduring, almost heavenly. The universe does not forget. Baba Vanga, the enigmatic seer of the Carpathians, had already sensed your vibration. The soul of Taurus will be touched by the end of its trials just before humanity awakens, he whispered in one of his most cryptic visions. And that, just before, is now. Before we go any further, if you already feel this truth resonating with you, do something powerful. Subscribe right now and leave your mark in the comments. Why? Because by writing from the soul, you activate the first step into your new reality. It's not just a subscription, it's an energetic statement to the universe that you're ready to receive. Your essence, shaped by the solid ground and the silent desire for stability, was challenged by invisible storms. You lost ties, opportunities, time, and sometimes even faith. But it was not destruction. It was transformation. What seemed like injustice was actually preparation. For a kingdom is not given to the soul that has not yet learned to govern itself. June 2025 is not just a date. It is the opening point of an energetic portal that will mark 20 years of rebirth. And you, Taurus, are at the center of this cosmic activation. The stars are beginning to align as they have not done for centuries. Jupiter will caress your deepest desires. Venus, your ruler, will bless your relationships with renewed sweetness. And Saturn, the master of cycles, sighs with relief when he finally sees you understand the lesson. Abundance does not come to those who expect it from fear, but to those who honor it from merit. Taurus, this new stage will not come with noise. It will not be lightning. It will be like the sun slowly rising after an eternal night. First, you will feel an inner change, peace where there was anxiety before. Then you'll start to notice how opportunities come without you forcing them, how money flows without you chasing it, how love settles without you begging for it. But be careful. Don't confuse peace with passivity. This is your time to act from certainty, not from despair. Your body is going to ask for it. Your dreams will reveal it to you. And your ancestors, those who have cried with you in silence, will accompany you with obvious signs, repeated numbers, aromas that bring back memories for no reason, people who appear just when you need them, because you're crossing the threshold of 2 decades. Taurus, now stop and breathe. What you have just read is no coincidence. It is your soul recognizing its new cycle, and I want you to anchor it here in your own words. He writes in the comments this sacred decree: I declare that everything that hurt me now becomes the root of my prosperity. Nothing was in vain. It all brought me here. Write it, feel it, live it. Because when you decree from the soul, the universe responds without delay. Taurus, did you ever feel that you gave more than you received, that your loyalty was returned with silence and your effort with indifference? This feeling wasn't yours alone. It was part of an ancestral learning that your soul chose to go through before reaching this plane, because those who come to sustain abundance must first know how to sustain themselves in absence. During the last few years, you were stripped of certainties. Relations were broken, achievements were postponed, paths were closed without explanation. Maybe you looked up at the sky with rage or supplication. And although it seemed that no one was responding, in the silence your strength was being woven. The emptiness you felt was not punishment, it was space. Space for what is now filling. Baba Vanga saw it clearly. The earth signs, and especially Taurus, would be the guardians of a new time. But before they had to walk alone, they needed to let go of emotional dependence, the fear of losing the little, the habit of controlling so as not to suffer. Because those chosen to build the new pillars of the world cannot be afraid to start over. Taurus, your soul is wiser than your doubts, and that is why he has resisted everything that seemed unbearable. Your internal structure was completely readjusted, and that is not achieved without pain. It is not achieved without sleepless nights, without disappointments that penetrate deeply, without losses that leave you trembling. But do you feel it now? Something in you is no longer the same. You no longer beg for what you used to beg for. You don't need to explain your value anymore. You've changed vibration, and that is the true key to this new era. Because when a Taurus awakens to their truth, they become unstoppable. He no longer seeks permission. He is no longer paralyzed for fear of rejection. He no longer postpones what his soul calls to him. Begin to choose clearly, to let go with peace, to receive with dignity. That's the frequency that the next 20 years come to reward. Jupiter, planet of expansion, will begin to illuminate areas of your life that were turned off. New businesses, unexpected job proposals, moves that seemed impossible, talents that you had forgotten. Everything will begin to manifest itself without the need to force, without demand, without manipulation. You should only be present and say yes when the soul says, "It is over here." And Venus, your ruler, will remind you of the power of joy, of shared pleasure, of love without pain. Past relationships that taught you to lose will be left behind. Now come mature bonds, free of drama but full of purpose. People who don't demand you dress up, but celebrate you in your essence. If you're still healing, don't rush anything. This time, love will not be a necessity, it will be a reflection of your fullness. But not everyone will understand your change. There will be those who turn away, those who accuse you of coldness, those who try to retain the old version of you. Don't stop to explain yourself. You are not here to convince, but to live your truth. This new stage will be quieter, more authentic, more elevated. And for this reason, only brave hearts will be able to accompany you. Are you willing to let go of the crutches of the past? Are you ready to hold your light without embarrassment? Because the fortune that is approaching is not just any blessing. It is the exact reflection of your spiritual maturity. Prepare for days of revelation, vivid dreams, numerical signs, intuitions that are fulfilled exactly. It's your soul reconnecting with its sacred map. You are receiving instructions directly from the higher plane. Don't ignore them. Don't underestimate them. Write them, activate them, honor their message. Because from this moment, dear Taurus, life will no longer be as it was before. Taurus, did you ever feel like you were sowing with bleeding hands while others were reaping with clean hands? That you bore fruit without anyone even noticing the tree you were? This feeling has accompanied your soul for more than a decade. But listen to me, that's over. Baba Vanga announced it in her most hidden visions. A cycle would come where the signs that worked in silence would be crowned by divine justice. And you, son of the earth element, were one of them. Your effort was not in vain. Your tears were not wasted. Your falls were maps to a destiny that is now beginning to reveal itself with power. As of June 2025, Taurus, House X, is activated in your solar chart, the house of legacy, of professional purpose, of public mission. What until now had been a solitary struggle is transformed into recognition. The world will begin to see you as you really are, a firm, solid, wise force, capable of sustaining what others only dream of. But it won't just be your work that transforms. Your body will feel it too. The old ailments will begin to subside. Your vital energy will return as if something invisible is recharging you from within. And it is. It is a new vibrational field that begins to surround you. It is the frequency of the soul in tune with its destiny. Many Taurus will feel the urge to reinvent themselves, change careers, move to places with more nature, resume a project that seemed forgotten. That urgency is not anxiety. It is direction. It is your soul reminding you that you are no longer there to survive, but to flourish. Listen, follow it. Don't let rational fear override the sacred impulse of your heart. This is also a time of reconnection with your spiritual gifts. Maybe for years you were skeptical, maybe you doubted your intuition, but now you won't be able to ignore it. You will perceive subtle presences. You will hear words in dreams that are later fulfilled. You will receive messages when you look at the sky, when you touch a stone, when you open a book, for the veil between worlds has become thin and you have crossed the threshold. And with this awakening will also come the call to teach, to guide, to heal. It doesn't matter if you're not a therapist or a mystic, it's enough that it's you. Because your new vibration will begin to radiate peace, and people will approach them without knowing why. They will feel relief just by talking to you. Because you, without looking for it, will have become a channel. The question is, are you ready to hold this light? Are you willing to leave behind everything that kept you small, for comfort, for fear, for loyalty to others? Because this new cycle demands coherence. You can't sustain the new with old habits. You can't move forward with people who anchor you to the past. You will see it clearly. Relationships that you once tolerated will begin to make you uncomfortable. Environments you frequented will become dense. Empty conversations will no longer resonate with you, and that's okay. It is not arrogance, it's evolution. Venus will help you surround yourself with more like-minded bonds. You will be guided into new communities, where authenticity is the norm and not the exception, where you can be who you are without needing to defend or hide, where beauty is not in perfection, but in shared truth. Taurus, if you have come this far, it is because your soul recognizes this message as theirs. So make it conscious. Subscribe right now and leave a comment with what has touched your heart the most. Don't do it through the channel. Do it for yourself, for your process, for everything you're starting to manifest. The universe listens to those who declare themselves ready. Are you? Taurus, the universe has prepared you for years for this profound turn, for this new destination. You don't need to prove your worth anymore. You just need to inhabit it. Remember, it's not about luck. It's all about frequency. And your frequency, dear Taurus, is being tuned into the golden times you have waited for all your life. Taurus, how many times did you look at the horizon, wishing that the new would come from outside? How many times did you feel that salvation was somewhere else, in someone else, in another time? But now you know. The promised land is not outside of you, but under your feet. You have walked silently on sacred ground without knowing it. Every step of yours in these last few years has activated dormant codes in your ancestral line. It wasn't just you who was fighting. Behind you walked entire generations that carried pacts of scarcity, of abandonment, of effort without reward. And you, Taurus, were chosen to cut it all off. Yes, chosen. Because not everyone has the strength to be the end point of a collective karma. You do, and that explains why it hurts so much. Vanga spoke of this as the silent purification of the guardians of the earth. And you, beloved Taurus, are guardian. Because you carry within you the energy of what is fertile, of what gives shape, of what sustains. That's why your process has been so physical, so slow, so deep. Mud does not turn to gold without fire, and you went through the fire. Now, that inner gold begins to manifest in your reality. It will not be immediate, but it will be constant. This is the difference of your fortune with respect to other signs. It will not be a gust, it will be a foundation. It won't be a stroke of luck. It will be a stable harvest. The signs have already begun. Unexpected calls, economic opportunities knocking on your door again, old talents that want to be awakened. What once seemed blocked now opens, as if someone had turned an invisible key. That key is in your heart, and it is activated with a single decision. Stop postponing your greatness. But beware, Taurus. There is still subtle evidence that will be presented. The universe will check if you are really ready to sustain what you asked for. People from the past will show up in apology costumes. Temptations of comfort will want to divert you. Old habits will look to return when you are vulnerable. Don't give in. Remember who you are now. If someone loves you like before, it's because they haven't recognized who you are today. And you didn't come to repeat cycles, you came to transform them. There's a new energetic home waiting for you. And I'm not just talking about a roof, I'm talking about a space where your soul breathes, where your creativity flows, where your energy doesn't have to defend itself all the time. That space can be physical, yes, but it can also be a community, a project, a renewed vocation. Listen to what begins to vibrate differently within you. Listen to it even if it's scary. The soul always speaks first with enthusiasm and then with signs. Don't ignore any. Saturn, that old master, has accompanied you here, polishing you with discipline, but now he gives you his gift, true stability. The kind of security that no longer depends on money or external affection, but on a deep root that grew within you. And when you become your own ground, everything else comes without demand. Taurus, the portal is open, but it is not a portal to the unknown. It is a return to you, to whom you went before the pain, to who you dreamed of being when you still didn't know all you were worth, towards who you already are, but you still don't finish hugging. Do you dare to take that step without looking back? Because what's coming, Taurus? It's unlike anything you've ever experienced before. Taurus, can you feel it? This new calm that springs from within. This clarity that no longer comes from understanding, but from accepting. You don't need to fight with life to receive what belongs to you. Because for the first time in years, what is coming does not come with conditions. It comes with purpose. What was once desire is now preparation fulfilled. Your soul has already gone through the learning circles. You went through waiting, through surrender without return, through deep silence, through involuntary renunciation. All that was your training, not for war, but for true sowing, to build the lasting. Baba Vanga predicted that Taurus would be among the signs that would rebuild the new world with ancient wisdom, not with words, but by example, not with ideas, but with roots, because when a Taurus blooms, it transforms the landscape. Now, you are entrusted with the power to choose. Will you use your new light to repeat the past with more resources? Or will you dare to create something never seen before, without molds or approval? Because your newfound prosperity isn't just for you. It comes through you. You will be a channel for others. You will be a refuge for those who have not yet found their way, but not from sacrifice, but from joy. This time, you'll help without emptying yourself. You will share without getting lost. You will love without annulling yourself. You will see it clearly in your body. More lightness, more intuition, less need to explain yourself. You will see it in your environment. Those who do not resonate with you will walk away on their own. Not because of rejection, but because your energy field no longer allows falsehood, and you will see it in your dreams. They will begin to be instructions, maps, loving warnings from the soul. The next few months will be revealing. There will be days when you will feel that everything is speeding up, and others where the pause seems infinite. Don't get impatient. You are being calibrated to a new frequency. Your mind no longer commands alone. It's your heart that dictates the pace. Don't try to control this rebirth. Just breathe. Presence, honor, the fortune that comes is the result of your coherence, not of a mystical trick. You have raised your vibration with every decision you made when no one was looking. The universe saw it, and now he answers. But be careful, Taurus. This new path requires new rituals. It is no longer enough to ask. You must be thankful before you receive. It is no longer enough to dream. You must walk the dream with real steps. Connect with your body. Feed your temple as one who prepares the altar. Drink more water. Seek silence. Clean up your space. Surround your energy with what lifts it up. Because all of that will be part of your new reality. The next 20 years will not be years of waiting, but of demonstration. You will witness how your life becomes a testimony, how your emotional stability begins to attract tangible abundance, how your authenticity begins to open doors without the need to pick any locks. And if at any time you doubt yourself, come back here, return to these words. Remember that what you are experiencing is not fantasy. It is a consequence of your soul choosing again and again not to give up. Taurus, you've crossed the threshold. You no longer belong to the time of sacrifice, but to the time of conscious harvest. You don't need to prove your worth anymore. You just need to live it. For this reason, I want to invite you with an open soul to seal this new pact with the universe by writing one last decree in the comments. It is not just another phrase. It is a declaration of rebirth. Write in faith. I declare that my peace is the door to my prosperity. Everything I dreamed of is already walking towards me, and I'm ready to hold it. Feel this decree as a hug, like a confirmation, like a key, because it is. And remember, when a Taurus wakes up, the world finds its solid ground. So be it. And now that you have crossed this portal of wisdom, do not go quietly. Subscribe and comment on what part of this message touched the depths of your being. Don't underestimate the power of sharing your truth. What you write could be the mirror that another Taurus needs to awaken. You're here to shine, and this space is also your reflection.